Hey, ooh, jeez, that's really loud. Oh my god. Hey, I guess I'll just talk really quiet. Maybe I should do that, or maybe I should turn it down, maybe a little bit.
Or maybe you can, not do videos like this and talk about stuff like this because you aren't really going to fool anybody.
Is this better? Better? Okay, that's better.
You sound the same. What was the point of all that?
Hey guys, I'm wearing glasses because this camera is the worst. So,
Well, lucky you. We're not really using, we're using an image from you, but it is a parody picture, so you don't have to worry about the quality of your camera. Only that your aging mug is used for a parody picture for these topic videos. You're welcome.
now I look like a gay cowboy. I wanted to talk today about someone asked me a question on Patreon saying, how do I respond to videos people make about me?
Groomin Onion, we already know how you respond to these videos. You do it like a little coward. Because usually when people talk shit about you, or better yet, they bring up their opinions as well as some of the stuff that has been brought up by various other people about your actions, you proceed to copyright claim people's videos, especially when they use your videos as evidence to the things that you say. You cowardly fuck.
And the answer is, like, I don't watch them.
You serious?
So, like, a lot of people seem to think that I watch them, and I gotta ask you guys a question, like, why would you watch something you know people don't know what they're talking about when they talk?
I would honestly ask you the same question when you talk about things that you don't know about. I mean, for instance, is stuff like, or at the very least involving Eugenia Cooney or Jack and Glenn, where you talk about these various topics as if you are all knowledgeable about it, when in reality you're not.
You know? Like, you're talking about a bunch of people who are paid to comment on things they never went through.
Okay, so, quick question for you. What exactly do you mean by that? Are you talking about, since we weren't there to experience or see what happened, we don't know? Or are you actually talking about, and this would make you more honest, are you talking about people with their experiences, that are similar to what's going on here? I mean, and to be perfectly honest, though, people are still going to side with the victims. Because everything points to you being a scumbag.
That they never saw, that they don't understand the context of, that they don't understand anything about. Really, only what they see online.
So are you going to devalue what people have experienced? Are you going to devalue what people have felt? I mean, that's basically what you're trying to do here. I mean, honestly, and no offense, there are a ton of women who hate your guts right now because they felt mistreated by you. Somebody who should have taken care of them, but unfortunately, you are too much of a cuck to treat a woman right. That every single one of these women, especially since you tried to defame them, are fighting back. I'm sorry, but all of that is on you. And yeah, I'm going to say this. We, when it comes down to it, our only experience, our only knowledge of this is from what's been shown or brought up online. For a lot of it. But for the most part, too, is a lot of the occurrences, all the screenshots, all the voicemails, all the letters that these people have shared about how they were brutally victimized by you. I'm sorry, but no. Especially, and this could go into like some of the other things that you have been a part of too. I mean, no joke. When it comes to the whole wetland situation, your taxes. I mean, for Christ's sakes, you literally tried to get a tax off of, some of the shit that you bought over the year. A tax off of your house, your fucking car, claiming it to be a freaking work expense or business expense. Hell, even your divorce, the alimony, a fucking business expense. Anybody with the right mind would see that that is fraudulent.
So it's like when you're talking to me, a person who knows everything about what they think they know about.
Listen, you little wiseacre. I'm smart, you're dumb. I'm big, you're little. I'm right, you're wrong. And there's nothing you can do about it.
First off, a quick shout out to MJ for bringing up that clip. That was actually a really cool one. And it really does encapsulate kind of Onision's entire way of thinking. Is because he has a big channel, because he has so many followers, because of how big he is, he's always right. When that's really not the case. And I keep saying this in almost every single one of my videos. I haven't said it lately, but in earlier videos I said this. Any person with the right mind would, instead of just listening to what this guy has to say, do the research, look at some of the cases where he has literally abused his type of power, his influence, and would see him for the scumbag that he is.
Like, it's kind of like if you, like, say, went to war, in Iraq or whatever, and you come back and a bunch of people who aren't even in the military or whatever start talking about the Iraq war, would you want to listen to them? And the answer is probably no, because they don't know, like, literally, they don't know. All they know is what they've heard, and what they've heard is really, really stupid.
Let me give you a word of advice. Your little examples mean jack and are kind of worthless when you're being very vague about what you're trying to say. Like, if you were to talk to somebody from who's been in the war, they'll just tell you that it was stupid. Elaborate on why people would think that way. I mean, wouldn't a lot of people would want to know, like, the truth, instead of just being called out for not knowing the truth? Oh wait, that's right, Onision. You claim to be the only one who knows truth. Except that's not the case. You're not honest at all. Huh. Look, if you wanted to reel people in about how bad the war is, let me give you a better example. So I've mentioned once or twice that my dad, before he retired, he was in the army as a medic. And over time, he was able to rise to the rank of either, I think it's Sergeant Major, Master Sergeant, I can't remember the exact title. But he was able to, get a name for himself a little bit. And there were times where he had to, I think, was it like a few months, year at a time, he had to go to tour several times in war to help the people in between the battles. And he's told me how much it really sucks over there. How poor the conditions are for people in those countries. He's told me stories about, certain situations that he's been in when it comes to combat. He actually told me this really funny story where a freaking carrier dropped a load of supplies, and because of the winds, it missed its destination, or where it was supposed to land, and it almost hit a soldier. I mean, it's not funny to the soldier, but still, it was a really interesting story. He actually had video of it. I can't show it though, but it was really funny. And he even talked about some of the children, and oh my gosh. And there were times where they had to take photos of some of the situations that they had to take care of. I'm gonna say, as a kid, like a younger kid, like seeing like burns, wounds, it's not something that you forget, or at the very least, it's not something that you would wish to, see in person, really. So all in all, if you wanted to like have a good example of, why war is bad, there you go. Because there's been actual soldiers, and I'm not counting Anit-Onision or Groomin as a freaking person who's gone to war. I mean, he's claimed, oh, I've been to war. No, you were a fucking cop. You were a military police in North Korea. Or was it South Korea? Who knows at this point? You keep changing your story. All in all, you were just a military cop who sat on the military base. Whereas you had other people who were actually fighting, risking their lives. And I want to point out, too, that this is coming from the guy who, was willing to let people in his group die because he couldn't kill a rabbit. And he couldn't handle simulated survival training.
Like, it really doesn't reflect what actually happens. So you got a bunch of people, I think they call them like a bunch of people who are green, who haven't experienced anything, running their mouth, and then you ask somebody who's been through it all if they want to listen to people run their mouth about stuff they've never experienced. And of course they're going to say no. They have no interest in listening to these people because these people are talking out their butt.
Now, how do you know that for sure? I mean, like I said, are we talking about people who was in your shoes, who was there for the entire, entirety of your life? Or are we talking about the people, especially people who have, done videos, who have possibly maybe shared some of the experiences with the victims? And that's why a lot of people do videos on you, because at this point, it's sort of relatable to some of the situations that other people have been in. Some people have known an Anit-Onision in their life, or Groomin. Some may have experienced an abusive relationship. Some people have experienced loss. I mean, sure, we weren't there every step of the way with you, but for a lot of people, they have some shared experiences of people and experiences like you and the ones that you're in. Or at least the ones that the victims are in.
So, that's kind of like the internet summed up, in that on top of people having no idea what they're talking about.
Keep telling yourself that, Groomin.
Because they're talking about stuff that I've actually gone through with a very limited perspective. Like, none of them, the people that are popular, have actually interviewed me or asked me. They don't really care about what goes on. They only care about having a catchy video title and making those dollars.
Oh, hi there, Kettle. Name's Pot. Have we met?
Okay, I'm sorry. I have to add on to that. No, you don't get to, bitch and moan about other people's titles when you yourself are constantly using catchy and very clickbaity titles. In fact, for a lot of your videos, using the same tired title. Time and time again. We need to talk. We're divorced. They broke up with me. I broke up with them. I'm sorry. No, don't pull this bullshit about how other people title their videos when you yourself have done the exact same thing. Fuck off. And honestly, when it comes to, making money off of people, okay, again, No, you can't bitch and moan, considering the fact that you made money. Literally made money on videos. Like, for instance, you rating the bodies of possibly, I would say 90 to 100% of the time, underage teenagers who didn't have true consent to give you those photos to post online and share on the internet. In fact, if I recall, a concerned sibling from one of the people that you posted in your videos asked you nicely to take the video down, or at the very least edit her out, and you refused. Why? Because give me fucking money.
Money, 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 must be funny in the rich man's world. Money, 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 always sunny in the rich man's world.
And what I mean by this is, on the average video, you'll have a retention of, let's say it's a 10-minute video, I have a 3 to 5 minute retention. But when they make a video about me, the average retention is actually 29 minutes, maybe more. And that's because people are addicted to Onision content.
I wouldn't say people are addicted to the Onision content. The only reason people watch is, let's face it, you're a fucking train wreck of an individual who can't seem to learn his mistakes, who constantly repeats himself over and over again with his actions. When people call you out, or at least your exes, people that don't want to associate with you anymore, you proceed to shame them online. You defame people when you have no evidence to whatever you're trying to defame them for. You are the worst representation of a human being. Like, no joke. You are literally one of the many, many scums of the earth. And surprisingly, YouTube or any part of social media hasn't decided to cut you down yet. And I want to point out too, in case people get the wrong idea, don't incite violence or incite, hate towards him. I mean, sure, it might sound hateful, but at this point, it's all in good fun for me at this point. In fact, at this point, you might even see it as a little game. See how much stupid shit Onision says, and then respond to it. And continue to do so when he makes really, really dumb decisions. And at this point, it just goes to show, which individual is better. You or him.
Specifically, stuff that talks about me, not my actual content.
Yeah, because your content sucks. I mean, let's face it, if we were to look at the gist of your content, I'm using quotes, your content.
This is what you get!
But for patrons, let's finish this off with a kinky music video. Yeah, girl. Oh, shit. I'm done inside. Gotta keep it real. Here's the deal. I am a meal. I'm not a snack. Look at me. I'm a full course act. That was Who Cares. Oh, wow. Oh, jeez. Oh, Jesus. No. Oh, my God. Stop it. That doesn't look right. Bet you're glad you're a patron now. That was horrible. Anti-break.
Ew, what is she doing with her mouth?
Oh!
Yeah, that's the perspective we're supposed to believe. That's supposed to be a good perspective. Huh? Every day? You don't have to pretend. Who would you even be having sex with every day? Dun, dun, dun. My little brother. Her little brother. Oh my God, those are huge. Okay, now that we're all emotionally disturbed, let's continue watching monsters. And you know what? Anti-break, then hash brown, back to back. Wow, would you look at that? They're having some fun. She apparently wants some mixed baby. Good for her. Oh yeah, I'm tearing that bum up. No. It's so thick. You're stupid. We're dumb humans. That's better. 2 ladies. Because men suck. Who needs to see that anyway?
Somebody get me a raw egg, 2 shots of Tabasco, salt, pepper, and a to shoot myself. You know what they say, liquor before beer, you're in the clear. Liquor before intergalactic travel, till your insides unravel.
The obsession is pretty insane. It's actually kind of horrifying that people are that obsessed with me.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Look, I think a lot of people can agree with me when I say this. You throwing around buzzwords like obsessed, stalker, just because you want to throw these words around doesn't make it true at all. To describe the individuals that will either talk about you or will give their videos or thoughts about you. I would say, just in general, I wouldn't be considering it as an obsession. If anything, more of, discussing a topic that they are concerned about. But what do I know, right? Just a small YouTuber.
And my life, yet nobody actually wants to know the real story.
What story do we really need to know at this point when you stand to know the kind of person that you are? I mean, unfortunately, and since you have repeatedly shared your dirty laundry with the entire internet, people know who you are. The only people at this point that will actually listen to you are your brain dead fans, the people who will just blindly follow you.
They just want to hear what people think of what they heard. And that's retarded. Those people are all retarded.
Now say you're sorry! Are you sorry yet? I think I peed a little.
And I made that in the most offensive way I can. So yeah, no, I don't watch a bunch of idiots make money off me while talking out their ass, to answer that question. Someone wrote me on patreon.com/Onision asking me that, so I just wanted to answer it.
So, I'm going to go ahead and answer, or at the very least, ask this question. How many people do you think are left, like truly left, to support him? And at this point, how many actually give a shit and question about, why he, responds to people's videos? I mean, at this point, this video is, how should I put this? It's pointless. Because we've already seen that Onision watches our content. We already have seen that if he doesn't like something, he doesn't like the fact that people are using his content, using, what he says as evidence, he strikes down the videos. He tries to claim them. So, you can cut this crap that, oh, you don't watch other people's videos. Because it's clear you do. I mean, if you didn't watch the videos, if you didn't care, then you know what? You wouldn't be making the copyright claims on every single person that does videos on you. But, again, what do I know, right? So, final thoughts. Onision, you're a fucking idiot. And every little bit of backlash ultimately is on you. Like, truly. Since, after all, you can't keep your mouth shut, you constantly bring yourself into more and more drama. You have lived on this crap, at least tried to live on this crap, for the past 11 years. Grow the fuck up and learn and grow as a better person. I mean, if you want, honestly, when it comes to being better, instead of focusing on your videos, how about you focus on yourself as an actual human being? Listen to some of the criticism that people have been giving you. Acknowledge the things that you've done wrong. Because, let's face it, if you can't, then you have no hope for yourself. At all. Alright. I think I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Truly appreciate it. If you guys can, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. This is Rob of Novakast signing off. Have a good one, and take care. Peace.